What's good, homies, and welcome back to another episode of our West Tigers rebuild. We're in round 16, getting ready to take on the Gold Coast Titans, who are currently sitting at 14th on the ladder. So as for us on the ladder, we're sitting at 6th right now on 18 points, and we're actually not that far off from the top 4, which is pretty crazy. We're also looking for our 3rd win in a row. Every time we get wins back to back, we always seem to lose on that 3rd game. Hopefully that isn't the case when we face a bottom of the table team, as we take a closer look at how they've gone this season so far. Out of 14 games, they've won 4 times, drew once, and lost 9 times. They are, however, coming off a win, so it looks like they've found a little bit of form. Alright, before we jump into the game, there has been a few changes to the lineup, so we'll take a look at that first. So the obvious ins are Tedesco and Woods. Teddy will be taking his regular spot at fullback, pushing Nangama back into the centres, and Malachi Watini-Zelezniak will be dropping out of the squad. As for Woods, he'll obviously be starting at prop, and I've actually gone off Tim Grant. I've moved him to the other side, and I've chucked Selmanu Fangai onto the bench. Tim Grant is coming off a huge performance last game. He had 7 runs for 100 plus meters. He also made 3 line breaks and broke through 3 tackles, which doesn't sound like a lot, but remember, he only had 7 runs, so I reckon it was pretty decent. As for the rest of the lineup, it's pretty much identical to the last game. Alright, so as usual, while the teams run out, I'm going to address something in the comments section, and this time it's about the tips and tricks video. I will eventually make one, but I might as well just tell you now, the way I use the Fend on Pro difficulty, it kind of works for me on Veteran as well, obviously just not as much. I put my hand out in front of me, and I actually fend towards my monitor. No, but seriously, when I'm like a meter away from the defender, I continually flick the right analog stick upwards. Remember, continually flick the analog stick, don't hold it, because if you hold it, they just drive for post-contact meters. Yeah, it worked well for me on Pro, and it's actually worked a couple of times in Veteran too. Of course, you could always try and time it perfectly, but I found spamming it was more effective. As we get into the game here, and we're gonna throw a forward pass. A brilliant start to the game. As the Titans get the feed, they go to Roberts. Tyron Roberts steps around one, steps around Tedesco, and scores under the posts. So yeah, going back to the Fend, let me know in the comments section if it actually works for you. Remember to continuously flick, aka spam the right analog stick towards the defender, and it should work. Another good thing about continuously flicking it is that if you flick off one defender, there's usually another one right near that player, so you could sometimes fend off more than one player. You would have seen in my last Tigers game, I'm pretty sure, Tim Grant, when he broke the line, I'm not sure if he bumped or fended away, but he beat like 3 defenders. As we look to shift the ball, that cutout pass out to Nofo Oluma, there's space down the sideline, and we try and race into the corner for an acrobatic try, but Tyrone Roberts comes in clutch with that try-saving ankle tap. Roberts is on fire at the moment for the Titans at the back. As we take another look, we're literally centimeters away from the line. Imagine if we could reach out while we're falling in that animation. That'll be such a sick finish. As we get back with the Titans and attack here. They go to James, and Grant puts a big hit on James, knocks that ball loose, and we're going to be in prime position to score right now. As we go to Lolo here, back inside to Taylor, bumps off one, and he's going to get wrapped up about 15 out. It's only the first tackle, but we're going to try a little backline move here as we shift the ball, and we actually throw one of those looping passes that everyone complains about. Now, I'm not sure if that was the actual pass or if it came off the defender's arm, but we pass to Woods, he singles out one of the halves, and he puts the big fend in his face to score our first point of the game. As we take another look on the replay here, and I think it was actually Ryan Simpkins that got fended off. Pretty sure it was their lock, not their half. But yeah, anyway, we get the try nonetheless. Tweet to add the extras from right in front, and we're going to get the 2 points and tie the game up. It's been a pretty decent game so far. As we transition to the 33rd minute, trying to make changes on the fly, as Pete breaks the line, and it's going to be Teddy who wraps him up. Pete gets the offload, as Algie takes the tackle. They've got Connie slotting in at hooker, and he's going to throw a forward pass, and pretty much relieves us from the pressure that is goal line defense. Alright, so we get the feed to the scrum on our 10. As we send it to Lolo here, who's sitting behind the scrum, gets around one defender, and he's gonna race away here with a couple of Titans on our heels as we try and shake them off with a bit of zigzagging here, as you can see, as we score under the posts, and we're gonna take the lead. What a massive run by Tui Lolo here. That was around about 90 or so meters, and look at the strength of him as he holds Te Manu Whangai. Sheesh, that just looks way awkward. As we look at the replay here, we just bump off the ref because he's a little bish. Nah, respect the refs, kids. They seem to be spreading that narrative this week. Well, at least on the Matty John show anyway. But it's just common sense, isn't it? To respect the officials. Anyway, we're way off topic. That's a discussion for another time. As we get that nice little dive in the finish. And we're going to convert it from right in front to extend that lead to 6. Alright, so after an action-packed half of football, we're going into the break, leading 12 points to 6. Looking at the halftime match stats, we pretty much dominated the second half of the first half after a fiery start by the Titans. In particular, Tyrone Roberts. Our forwards have been dominating up the middle, and yeah, there's a few errors that could be cleaned up, but other than that, it was a decent half of football. Right, back in the second half here, Lolo Hale with the kickoff. It's going to be Peets who receives it, and they're going to knock the ball on off the kick. Ryan Simpkins. A shocking start to the second half as we quickly spread the ball. We try and beat our defender with Nangama, who's been pretty quiet for a couple of games. First tackle here, Aloiai to Su. Su gets hit in the tackle, doesn't even get a chance to catch the ball, but it's scooped up by Aloiai, and he's going to score our third try of the game. What a weird start to the second half as we take another look at the try here. So we send it to Su. It was quick hands to Su. Gets smashed in the tackle. Scooped up by the original receiver, Aloiai. And as you'll see here, grounds the ball. And we extend our lead. Back with Tui from right in front once again. As he nails the extras and we go up by 12 points. Back in attack here. As we go to Brooks. Brooks to Lolo here. We try and find the line. But it's an awful kick. It ends up with Wallace in possession and he makes it inside our 10. 60th minute. They go to Algie and he gets clipped high. I was hoping they'd take the 2 points, but they're going to choose to run it here as Wallace bumps his way through the line, gets the offload away, and they're going to strike back. Taylor gets the try, and it was a nice little try assist by the Maroons back rower, Jared Wallace. As we look at the finish once again, they go short to Wallace, gets through a defender. I thought he could have put it down, but he would have got driven back. And yeah, he popped a nice little flick pass to Ash Taylor, and that was all she wrote for the try. As Taylor takes the conversion, and as you'd expect, from virtually right in front, slots the 2 points and gets within 6. Alright, 77 minutes in, Titans in attack. They throw the ball around here as Wallace breaks the line once again, and it's going to be Luke Brooks who hits him with a high tackle. And he actually gets sent from the field for 10 minutes. What a play by Brooks. I'm still not too sure what actually causes that high tackle, but it could potentially cost us the game here as they power their way to our 10. Ryan Simpkins with a nice run. They go to Peets. Peets to James, bumps off one, gets the offload back inside to Peets as they score the try with under a minute remaining. What a bloody comeback from the Titans to send it into extra time as he converts it from right in front, Ash Taylor. At this point I'm bloody heated as we jump into extra time. We're about a minute and a half in. They go to Wallace who runs straight through the line. For some reason he doesn't want to get tackled. Our defender ran straight past him there. Second tackle for the Titans. As they go to Algie, he goes to Roberts, Roberts to Olive, and we're going to wrap him up, 35 out. Third tackle. They go to Simpkins, Simpkins to Jared Wallace once again. Goes on a great run, makes it to the 20. We go for the charge down here, but they're going to shift the ball as they inch closer to our 10. Taylor drops back in the pocket, about 21 meters out, as he takes the strike. And he's going to slot the point from right in front and gets the Titans the W. Man, I had control of Aaron Woods, And I don't know why, instead of running directly to the ball carrier, he ran around our player first. I tried to switch back to someone else, switch back to Woods, and it was too late. So annoying that they got that off, man. That whole last 10 minutes was frantic as hell. We couldn't make any breaks and we couldn't get any kicks away for our territory, and their forwards just destroyed us in that last 10, running it up the middle. Jared Wallace in particular was a beast. There's nothing much else to say. Plain and simple, we got murked in that final 10. As always, drop that like button for more content. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you. Later.
Goddamn with the flow so hard, I'ma just go so far. I'ma go yard, I'ma do it all for you, girl. I don't really give a